If it doesn't work, we'll just kill it, and I'll just do a Twitch stream today. Oh, that seems to have fixed it. There we go. Well done, YouTube. Alright. Well, here's where we ended up yesterday. In Clockwork City. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, come on, is there nobody in Vardenfell? There we go, thank you very much. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. Sunday has arrived. I don't think I had enough sleep last night. I'm still, like, it's 10 AM here. And I'm still feeling absolutely shattered. I also wanted to check out this new feature that Dolgamon's got. Winter Rose Proto, hi! How's it going? How are you today? Thanks for stopping by. Have you guys noticed this? That the Lazy Rick creator is now creating a whole bunch of stuff you don't need, so that you can do a second round of writs without having to craft anything. So it crafts the whole suite of stuff that you're going to need for that particular writ cycle. A little bit strange, except for consumables and glyphs. It doesn't do those. Those are same as before. Doing good. How you doing? I'm alright, thank you. Like I said, a little bit sleepy. I don't know why. I slept really badly. But yeah, nothing exciting. Well, nothing too exciting happening today. There are no patch notes. There are no big announcements. There's no huge event. We are chilling. It's kind of a cozy gaming day. ESO can be one of those games, right? You slept. Ha! I've been up all night, lol. Well, I've got that one on you, I guess. Seems like it's taking an awfully long time. What the hell? Am I out of mats? Oh, I'm gonna be out of mats, aren't I? Like, platinum ounce. Oh no, I've still got 19, but yeah, that'll be it. What area are you at? In ESO or IRL? Well, in ESO, obviously, I'm in Vardenfell. Yeah, this is Vardenfell right here. I guess the writs will have to wait. That's fine. I'm not going to go shopping for platinum ounces with you guys. That seems dumb. I'll just log to a different character to show you what I'm talking about. Pretty interesting change they made to the add-on, which crafts your writ stuff for you. Let me just turn this off. Screen space reflections, it doesn't work. Get rid of it. Oh yeah, of course. I've been playing the game for a while. Nothing is locked to anyone unless, like, for example, this zone is the new one. That only came out a few months ago, and not even. A couple of months back. So if you don't have the content pass for 2025, you won't get this one until, I guess, around this time next year. Plus the other half of the island, which is coming in a few months' time. But yeah, it creates this weird thing where you've got gear, like crafted gear, just sitting in your inventory, waiting for the next day's writs, which is a little bit strange. It's not how the add-on used to work. I'm guessing the same changes have been rolled out to console as well. How long's a while? I've been playing like 5-6 years. So yeah, very long time. But it doesn't take that long to get all that stuff done. Not at all. Winter Rose Proto, thanks for the follow. Yeah, they have. Nice. Hey, Kazi. How you doing? How you doing? So, let's have a look at this. Oh, it's not going to work because of oh hey, we got the crown crates. Fuck it, let's open them right away.
Greetings, my good friend.
I won't get anything good, obviously, because that's how this works. I have 2 Ouroboros crown crates for some reason. Oh, hey! I thought I already had that pet. I could have sworn I already had that. Maybe I got it on the NA server. You know what? This is a Nightblade Khajiit. I'm going to set that active. Boom. There he is. On the bottom right. Well, there we go. That's, what a thing. Eggbirds! Hey! Hey, man. Winter Rose's been playing for a week at most. Well, saddle on up. Strap yourself in. Whatever. It's, yeah, if you stick around, it's a really cool community. Really, really good. Like, the best one I've ever encountered in gaming. By quite some distance. And there's just you never run out of stuff to do in this game. Or stuff to complain about. If you become one of those people who really cares about it. Like I said, not getting anything good from these. Come on, give me a 5th. Boo. Actually, not the worst luck, actually, is it? Couple of decent rewards there. Let's have a look. Do I commit sacrilege in front of everyone by just immediately scrapping the statue of Malakath? I think I'll probably do it later, but off stream, so that you guys can't yell at me. Nah, how you doing, Tony? Devil's Master, hello. Eggbirds, you might have been watching some streams, Khan. I might have been. What even is Scarlet Regret? It's when you spill, like, cranberry juice on your suit at a wedding. I don't know. But it sounds like it could be bad. You know? Something red spilled on something expensive. Now I want to eat pasta. Bruh. Just do whatever you want to do with it. No, not Malika. No, that's not true. I know, I'll do whatever I want with it. The truth is, I haven't decided. So hang on. So you saw that, right? I literally just picked up the writs. Several of them are already done. If I just hit the banker right here and do the enchanting one, that should be an entire round of writs. Just no provisioning not done. I guess I ran out of food. And woodworking, bizarrely. So, this is what I don't like about it. It's not... It doesn't make any sense. I might just go back to normal. So this is the add-on. Was updated yesterday afternoon, I believe. In an effort to make this a whole lot faster. The idea being that you don't just go from table to table crafting the stuff you need for the particular writ in your... quest log, but it will sort of think ahead and craft a bunch of stuff that you're going to need tomorrow and the day after and the day after. Oh. Buffy Summers just spawned right into my face. It's rude. Rude to do that. So why don't I have the provisioning stuff that I need? Oh no, I did. It was just the woodworking. Cool. Winter Rose, I've met some awesome people so far, and one made my whole day. I got turned into a werewolf. Yeah! I guess they gave you a little nibble, huh? Well, congrats. Congrats on your lycanthropy. Or as I heard someone on a podcast say it, there were two guys saying, well, obviously it's not lycanthropy, it's lycanthropy. Because you're a lycanthrope, not a lycanthrope. I was like, I'm not sure. I think literally everyone else says lycanthrope, dude. But anyway, I'm not entirely certain about that one. It's made me think. So many things we take for granted. Which was, I just had pasta. Granny Lover? Is that Wayne Rooney in the house? That's a very old reference. Welcome on in, Granny Lover. And if you are Wayne Rooney, I guess congrats. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. What kind of pasta? The kind of Tony's Nana makes. Usually don't have Nota's one. But I like your stream, so I'll turn stream on Noto. I gotcha. Took me a moment to figure out what you meant by Noto, but that's just me being slow. Like I said, I don't think I got enough sleep. So I'm a little bit meh this morning. A little bit loose, a little bit hanging. But very happy to be here with you guys. Guns and Raiders, you're welcome on in. Hydrate. Thank you for that. I'm going to go get a glass of water then. If you guys are going to be redeeming hydrates left and right. Hello, Moose. Moose! Devil's Master. I'm going to get started on cleaning. Have fun with that. That's such a Danish thing to do. I have people coming over. Actually, no, that's not a Danish thing. That's an everywhere thing. But the Danes are like super tidy. Super duper tidy. Right, let's try this again. So this time woodworking is done. If I hit the bank. Everything but enchanting. Yeah, I mean, I like the change. Potentially. That's it, done. So that's a lot quicker than it was before. You just have to give your character a couple of minutes to craft stuff in advance. But I guess if they are characters you're not using day to day that much, then that's okay. But the problem is if you get an inventory full of gubbins that you don't want. You don't want that. Alright, let me grab that glass of water. I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds, guys. Enjoy my Nightblade tank. I have returned. What did I miss? Kazi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm bored. Got bored counting. 30 seconds to drink a cup of water takes me 10 or so seconds with a brimful cup. No. This is me leaving the room, going over to the tap. Kitchen is all the way downstairs, so I just go to the bathroom. I'm filling up my my Pilsner Urquell giant glass for beer, but I'm not drinking beer right now. Don't think we have any beer in the house at the moment. It's a sad story, I know. Don't want to bring you guys down on a Sunday morning. Granny Lover, Monday maintenance again. Surely they'll make the server stable, right? Right? I actually, as I understand it, I don't think it's their fault. I think it's whatever provider they're using. But I don't know the answer to that. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming because it's the way they're talking about it, it's like, fuck, this is out of our hands kind of thing. Kai Scherber's been very transparent about it, the German community manager at Bethesda. What an absolute legend. Yeah, see, this is what I don't like about this new thing. You're going to have random bits of crap in your inventory that are like... Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit bitty. So I'm not sure I understand why they made this change. Unless you want to craft an absolute ton of stuff in advance. You know what I mean? So the next 10 days of writs are all taken care of. Thinking that far ahead scares me. A little bit. But yeah, there we go. You see what I'm talking about. I think I was closer to 25. False advertisement. I have no idea. I prefer PUC for EOJ. Way better than water. Cup of Joe. Why write it backwards? Hey! Greggy Spence! Welcome on in! Nice to see you, man. How you doing? We still haven't run any trials together, have we? Oh, no. We've done one. But yeah, summer is always so quiet for trials. It's dumb. I don't like it. I guess it's unstable. We just had to cancel a trial on the NA server as well. I think we could have got away with it, but Jester was like, oh man, I'm missing supports. That is going to be a hassle to raid league with supports that I don't know. So that one did go in the bin. That's a shame. I think next week we've got some more open trials coming up. Hopefully I'll be able to stream some of them. They're just being cheap, Granny Lover, I get it. It's still their responsibility. Yeah, ultimately, yeah, if your game isn't working properly, obviously, you're not wrong. Get it together. I'm just going to buy a couple of platinum ounces here. Where should I go? What's a reasonable place? I feel like prices will be more sensible if I go somewhere like the Rift. Yeah, Dark Lord Avenger. I'm thinking of doing that. I almost switched it off instinctively, and then I thought, no, don't be an old man. Like, you know, try the new thing for a few days and then see. But I think I'm probably going to switch it off and just eat the extra time. But maybe on characters, like I said, if you're not using that character that often, that should be alright. Yeah, alright. Let's check it out. Platinum ounce. Yeah, that's close enough to the average. That'll do. I'll just check the others while I'm here. Anything over 80 is out. You know what? I'm just going to wait a moment for Master Merchant to finish doing its thing. Because it's absolutely crashing my FPS, as you can see. Kai Schuber once forgot to put me on the list for an ESO tavern. Really? And Granny Lover, I just love this game so much. Can't go 8 hours without. I think buying something whilst Lib Histoire was still doing stuff, has like completely shut the bed. So I'm just gonna do a UI reload. It is more fun that way. You can get streamers confused, I guess. Moose, I've turned off the new multi-grafting thing. Most of my characters I use for it. I also use in content or holding material, other stuff I need. No ESO Plus. Right. Gotta get back upstairs. I'll join when everyone gets up. Have a good one. Thanks, Winter Rose. Take it easy. But he let you in anyway. Cool. Yeah, you got me on the list for last year's tavern. That was a very smooth process.
May I be of service?
Just waiting for the message in the chat window that Master Merchant is all done.
My brother worked the ship.
No platinum ounces here. That's kind of weird. Oh, these are fairly cheap. Done. Buy platinum because I've run out. I'm completely dry. I could just do some jewelry surveys, but that would take a long time. Can't be bothered with that. I don't know. I ran out of platinum. It's the only silk and platinum, I think, are the only things I run out of. It could be that if all of my characters were fully up to date with research, then I'd get more surveys per writ, and I would get more stuff, more materials. That could be the reason, you know. Don't even do my surveys, keep getting more than I use for writs. Yeah, that doesn't work out for me in the long run. I've been doing this a while, and I've always had to buy platinum. But like I said, not all of my characters are fully researched. Yeah, there we go. So these are all my characters along the side. So you see my Arcanist? I mean, it's one of my newest characters. It's literally my newest character. This one, my Arcanist DPS. He's still got quite a few things he doesn't know. So maybe that's it. Doozer, when you do writs in 20 tunes a day, you use around 5k platinum a week. Absolutely, but the point is, you get quite a lot of platinum back. And Moose is saying they get more back than they can actually use. And that is true for me with, I think, Rubedite ore. And certainly alchemy. But Ancestor Silk, and particularly Platinum, I run out, yeah. So, what should we do? What should we do now? I was doing arenas earlier. I could do a quick Maelstrom with that silly Arcanist setup. That just makes everything an absolute doddle. That was pretty funny. Or I could just carry on with, the Clockwork City storyline that we were doing yesterday. Road Rage, I see. Tomorrow is a national holiday for me. So I don't have to go to work, but of course Zos does a maintenance. Crying. Yeah, sorry, I know you posted that a while back. I mean, it's Monday. Most Mondays, or about half the Mondays, have maintenance at some point. What's annoying is when it's a really long maintenance. And this one isn't, is it? This is just a regular 3 to 4 hour thing. You can always go on PTS and check out the Writhing Wall world event. But yeah, who's going to do that? Who's going to download PTS? Just play Oblivion Remastered instead. See, apparently I've already done this one. These are all done. I do like the idea. I like the concept of it. That's cool of the add-on creators that they're thinking about that. You can just pick up the writs, talk to your banker, Very silly. Yeah, like, a writ's already done. Like, that is rapid. And it doesn't add that much extra time. It's definitely a time saver. It's just a bit of a hassle creator as well, because of all the extra nonsense you have in your bank. Or in your inventory, rather. Alright, let's make sure we are set. See, 204 things in my inventory. Holy crap, didn't notice that. Let's clean that out before I go to Maelstrom.
I can tell at a glance if someone is
Moose, I have more than I could ever use, even if I got 0 back for a year. Wish I could give you some. PC senior maintenance is 8 hours, I think. Ugh. I mean, often they put that extended amount of time on there just to give them a bit of overrun. And it doesn't actually last anywhere near that long. But yeah, that is a long one. I thought this was just a regular maintenance. Or the other Maelstrom crap I've got in there. Let's just bank that. Yeah, it's taking me longer to bank everything because I have to not trip over all the crafted stuff. Then again, if you do bank it, I don't think it matters. Like when you have that writ ready to go, you just hit the banker and it will auto loot all of the stuff. We are on veteran. We are on veteran indeed. That's the time they've said, often a bit earlier, on console at least. Despite what all the people cry about every time it's extended, because they only remember the bad times. Yeah, that's a fair point. It does generally finish early. I think more often than overrunning. Right, I'm going to try and be somewhat swift. Obviously, I can't be completely unless I ignore you guys, which I'm not going to do. Doozer add-ons were a game changer on console. I'm so glad we got them. Yeah, me too. I don't even play on console, but I'm delighted for everyone who does because of that. Anyone happen to know if attributes, AK attributes bars, is working as intended? Yeah, sorry, I can't help you there at all. I don't even know what that is. This is the thing, this is a problem with Maelstrom, that there is such a delay between the waves spawning in. And when you're learning it, that can be really helpful. It gives you a moment to breathe. But for everyone else, it's like, come on. you're adding like 5 to 10 minutes to my time in here. Also, if I would actually kill the stuff, might be a good idea. A lot of the ads in the first arena already shit-talking me. It's like, come on, guys. Be real. Be real. I'm missing so many of them. The only Anson add-on, I guess, I wish we got, or feature. Boss already? Normally he's a one-beam kill. I must have messed it up. Didn't know he was coming. Potion and poison color text change. It would make selling easier. That's very specific. And lets console move and resize your attribute bars and chat windows. Okay. I haven't tried it yet. Running with the blades. Good move. Solid move. I'm hearing the Nulaka proc go off, but I'm not often seeing exactly who it goes to. You know? I'm just aware that it's doing a lot of damage. Are we done? Alt wouldn't cast? Great. Oh, come on, yes. That never happens. Just a little bit of luck there to get the two first ones down without any invulnerability phases. I don't know if you're organized, you can do that every time. But I'm not, you know, I'm just kind of winging it. So that's pretty nice, I'll take it. A little bit of a time saver as well. DPS boost if you're in the blades. One of the least helpful fake rumors ever, and there have been many in the world of trials. People, you know, who misunderstand or misreport mechanics. One of the worst ones, especially for pugs. I guess it didn't affect Ninja Pulls so much because we always have a raid lead and we're always somewhat organized. Was the one that you do more DPS if you're carrying the bubble, you know, against Lilanar and Turlesil. If you're carrying the flame or the frost bubble. It's like, no, it's fake news. Put that shit down. I guess it doesn't really matter in execute if people are swapping it. That's a good thing. But what I hate is when someone picks it up and they are, you know, it's alright. It's not a thing I hate, but it's annoying when someone picks it up and they are fairly new to the mechanic, or they've never tanked that fight, so they don't realize you need to hold still when you have the bubble. Just move as little as possible. And only back and forth, not side to side. But you'd always get this when people were under the mistaken impression that you get a DPS boost for standing in it. They'd be picking it up because they thought it would be useful. I'm doing a mechanic and I'm boosting my own damage. And that should be it. I think it's boss time now. Just don't get how to make a build in this game. Every time I just feel completely lost. But aren't you like... Don't you make a ton of builds for PvP, Kazi? Sit the fuck down. Arena 3 boss. Quick repair. You've done well. Thank you very much. Yeah, autocorrect. I got that too, so don't worry. Confused me for about a moment. I thought maybe you're a Star Trek fan. Isn't Anson Mount one of the actors in that new show? Well, it's not that new anymore, but yeah. Just obsessed with Anson Mount. Kazi, I'm with you on that one. Kazi, what kind of build? Maybe we can make it together, right here on stream. Just the two of us. Or just the 49 of us, more accurately.
So far, so good. But the worst
DPS tracker add-on is great. 300k DPS? That sounds sus. Like, I get that in trash pulls, but that's about it. Or in Infinite Archive, you can get, like, ridiculous, like, 750,000 damage per second. Is CMX not on console yet? Man, you guys are going to be in for such a treat. It's like the best add-on. Really?
now it comes. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, usually cover the bubble as a healer, so when DPS should be amazing. Yeah, on hard mode it's usually the healers who take it, you're absolutely right. But in open runs or like teaching runs, I usually get DDs to pick it up, especially in Execute. And again, we should be bossing. Made one that was successful, rest was all crap in 11 years of playing. But you're talking PvP though, right? I need to try using the Nightblade ult on this boss instead. It's probably quicker, isn't it? But you see what I mean. I know this is only the first 4 arenas, and they're very, very easy these days. But man, the setup, this particular setup with Storm Calling, Herald of the Tome, and Assassination, man, it just makes it such a breeze. You can still fuck up. It's pretty squishy. I really didn't need to do that. Like, interrupt him. Beetle bosses in Blessed Crucible. Alright, I see. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense then. Makes total sense. 300k. Right now, I'd love to do an arena solo build. Well, looky. Kazi, just do this one. Or does it have to be a build of your own making? It's not even worth building Crux, it's insane. And I'm still stopping to talk to you guys. I'm just trying to go a little bit faster because every time it's like 30 minutes, 32 minutes, something like that. I just want to know what kind of time this build would be capable of if I weren't streaming. But yeah, I am being a little bit lazy. Like, I'm not even gap closing to these guys. I'm just letting them come to me. Oh, right. I see. DK with assassination on Herald. I see. Stackety sack, please. Thank you. I'm getting good troll RNG. You know? In this one. Quite often he's coming to the pad that I'm already on. Which is a gift horse I will not look in the mouth. Yeah, there we go again, although that one didn't really matter. Problem is, I have no idea where to start, where to look. I don't know what's important. There are so many sets. Right, I'm not going to alter right away. I always do that and it's dumb. Oh, fuck. Careful, Khan. Jeez. Yeah, like I said, the build is very squishy. So you got to be a little bit on your toes. But generally, I think the tankiness offered by the Pragmatic Fate card is more than enough for most players to just cruise through this shit. And if you don't want to be quite that on the edge, you can just drop Velothi and run Ring of the Pale Order instead. And you'll have way more healing and you'll be a little bit safer. Oh, I just took a sigil without meaning to. That feels like a moment where maybe the grenade should be prioritized over the this one. I don't know. I feel like there is a priority that they implemented a few years back with synergies. But the record in VMA, I have absolutely no idea. But it's got to be tiny, like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Where's the web spinner? Wo ist die Spinner? Let's do another one of these. Bonk. The guy just got deleted right away. Alright, let's stun everything now. Let's do it. And I can forget about Major Resolve for a minute and just clean everything up. Brrr. So silly. I almost got the captain. Alright, let's get rid of that one. See if I can line it up so that we can stun the boss as well. I always love doing that. You really don't have to. She's pretty easy to kill regardless. If you just save up your burst, but... Oh, well, Kazi, I really would quite like to help you with this. Are you okay sticking around until I'm done in here? We can come up with something that's fun. We can even, like, test it live on stream. That's a familiar voiceover. Hello. Hello, mate. Oh, fuck no. Come on, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Getting too greedy with the grenades, you gotta be careful with that. Because it does lock you into the animation, you can't do anything. You can't avoid any damage, you can't block. And, yeah, I was just too cocky there. And I had the dot on me from the little elite ad before that. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, come on. Copying stuff won't help me to learn this skill, so I want to make my own builds. Yeah, well, let's look into it. Love how you can just ignore the spider mechanic. Oh, guys, would you fuck off? Yeah, so I messed up the timing. Didn't get the quick burn, but whatever, it's still pretty fast. I'll take it. When you put Reaving Blows in, which CP do you take out? Well, Exploiter. In a place like this, with a build like this, absolutely no Exploiter.
Watching you perform so
Yeah, watching you perform so skillfully, I fucking died on that one, dude. Appreciate the kind words, but no. Akazi, I just said, are you going to be sticking around till I'm done in here? I'll be another 10 minutes, I guess. The 3 arenas left. I've quite enjoyed coming back here with just a stupidly broken setup. But yeah, we can just go through it live on stream. We can talk about. I can literally go on my DK and we'll figure this out. Why does it have to be your Dragon Knight? I wonder. Why wouldn't you just use your Arcanist? Oh, come on. Most, is grenade animation not a damage ignorer like in Castlethorn? No, definitely not. I've died quite a lot to it. You don't get any iframes or anything like that. That's handy. I had a feeling that might happen. Why is this... Oh, come on. Don't stand in the pool. Rude. You literally only have one character. What? What is this crazy tech? Time to make an Arcanist. No, I'm kidding. Let's actually take a dive into that. That is free content for everyone. Questions like this, I love it. But I'm not going to do it now. Because I still do have to concentrate just a tiny bit, as I demonstrated in the previous one. Got a Wamasu coming soon, don't we? I dodged that. That is some bullshit. Didn't matter. Oh, you have 9, but you only play 1. I see. I was gonna say. Wet? It's gonna be troll time soon and then boss, right? I don't have the spawns in here memorized. I really should. At this point, I've done it enough. But most of it was a long time ago. Yeah, there we go. So I can get rid of one of them before they do the stupid... No. Alright, one of them. Yeah, that worked out fine. Okay. Boss. Boss, boss, boss. Oh, fuck off. Just ignored there was a poison, whatever they're called. What are they called again? Venom Caller? Just ignored it completely. Is all the skill points and the lore? I see. Yeah, I mean... My main is the character I want to play on always, but Arcanist is just too handy right now. Now that Banner is becoming less useful next patch. I mean, it's already a bit of a burden a lot of the time anyway, because of the sustain issues. I should probably play my Nightblade more, but then again, Assassination just became a lot less useful as well. I hate this guy. Just step into my office and let the alt kill you. Thank you very much. The rest are just crafters. Ooh. Yeah, all 20 of my characters are like 100% combat ready. All of my tanks have all the sets they need, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions if they're like a little bit niche. That's another area where Reaving Blows is like no healing besides Reaving Blows is a little bit dodgy. If one of those Flame Shapers goes off and you're too far away to interrupt it or kill it. I probably have more hours on my Warden tank at this point than my Nightblade. My Standblade. Just because the amount of dungeons and trials she's done. My Nightblade has done very little in the way of trifectas. I think I got Dawnbringer with that character and that's it. I mean dungeon trifectas obviously. Different, did lots of those. Round 4. Fight! Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's very, very normal to have an absolute favorite character and you try and do everything on them if you can. Screw the major resolve. I'm just going to beam through it. Come on. And that should be boss time, right? That should be 1, that's 2. And let's see if we can... I messed that up. I messed up my burst. I beamed a bit too early and then cancelled it. But yeah, tell me more about the brief then, because I've only got one arena left. So it's a DK, but you don't really care about
Your dexterity.
anything besides the fact that it has to have one Dragonite skill line in there. I mean, we could just try what I'm doing here, but with Draconic Power instead of Storm Calling. That'd work. You wouldn't have the offensive power, but let's face it, the whole point of this build and me playing it is to demonstrate the ridiculous excess of offensive power that it has, whilst also being very defensive and sort of simple and easy. Yeah, I think that you could just start there. The thing with PvE is just always build for damage. You know, if in doubt, just what's going to hit the hardest, what's going to dish out the most damage, and whilst you're doing that, give yourself obviously the sustain and survivability that you absolutely need. That's why this build works.
Pay attention, you louse. You might learn something.
It's so fast that the majority of the time I don't need any more survivability. I don't even need the survivability that I do have. It's already dead. So long, mini-boss. Wanted to level subclassing with Assassination and Herald, that doesn't need to be. Yeah, well, I think that's exactly what we're talking about. Let's do that, yeah. Let's try that, just as a default starting point. And I can do another one of these, or a Badashran, or you can give us an idea of what it is you want to do. And we'll just straight up test it. We can make some tweaks. I've got a ton of transmutes. As long as it's not a completely niche set that I would never use for anything else, I've no problem burning through some of that to help a friend and just answer some interesting queries online, on stream. I think that'd be fun. Let's do it. My ghost. It's like all I did was put Elisas and blockade on that guy, and look, he's almost dead already. Round 5, so there's going to be a Titan and a few more trash, and then the boss, right? He doesn't even have 1,000,000 health, that guy. Like, how is that? I've never actually paid that much attention to how much HP the bosses even have in here. Like I said, they die fast, I'm happy. They die super fast, I'm even happier. And is this the Ogrim guy? Yeah. Alright, boss time.
You've entered the ring. We've prepared a gigantic welcome for you. Behold my lovely roiling cloud.
No, 60? 62? The music. Oh, come on. Rude. Okay, the dodge rolls are a little bit weird, aren't they? They are not happening the way I'm expecting them to. How fast was that? Because I was trying not to... A new best score? What? What? I died. How can that be? Alright. I guess the time made up for it then. Winterborn Bow. It's so pathetic that I get like one weapon from doing the entire thing. It's the only reason I'm in here. And it's still over 30 minutes. That's terrible. Right, let's actually have a quick look. I'm just going to bring up my Discord. And let's trigger this little scene here.
And now it's time for my barons to return to me. Stand back. I haven't done this in quite some time. I'd hate to turn you into...
Right, where am I looking? Let's have a look at the world records currently.
Smoking plume, I summon you. Return to me.
13 minutes is the world record.
Me, my baron. Let me get a good look at you.
13 minutes for the entire thing. And I just did a relatively...
You look splendid.
Oh, and I tried not to waste any... I wasted plenty of time during fights, but like during arenas, I was trying to chat to you guys whilst I was running during combat.
Or anyway, my tutor won't forget.
It still took me half an hour. So 13 minutes is really, really kick-ass. I'm guessing you're chaining everything in. Zap. Chain, zap. Or lining everything up, at least. You've got to optimize every single pull. I have mad respect for that. It's not for me at all. Like, I just... Dungeons and trials, I could do that with. But for solo stuff, I just get so uninterested, you know? 13 minutes is crazy, right? Yeah. Is that a legit number? Yeah, I just got it from Wildheart. Keep a list of current world records. Someone called Zed Darkus. Or Zdarkus. Zdar. If you check. Alright. It's just built for max damage and then try if you can sustain it. Exactly. I just bring as much damage as I possibly can. And if I know for a... You know, like I know I'm going to want Major Resolve in a place like this. And I know I'll want some healing. So I tried with Major Resolve, Major Breach to make some of the boss fights faster. And then Reaving Blows. That's literally what... I made those 3 concessions and then came in here on stream in front of everyone. I'd never tested it before. I was fairly sure it would work. And Pluvio did that thing where he typed in chat, hey, try running, get rid of the Pale Order and just put on Reaving Blows. Let's see what happens. And it was incredibly easy. Most of the time. Like, every now and again you just have to be a little bit fast. You have to do a little bit of quick thinking not in order not to die, but... Let's relog to the DK and see what we can do. Gandork. Well, let me look at the score. I'm just going off what it says here. It says 322, 237. 13 minutes, 10 minutes. 13 minutes, 10 seconds. That does seem like insanely fast. Like I was thinking when I said 15 minutes, am I going too low there? Is that even possible? Because there's such a lot of waiting. Look at this guy. Alright. DK time. Let's see what the character has, first of all. They wouldn't bother listing if it was on normal. Also, there's no score on normal. It's VMA. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry, Gandork. You're absolutely right. I'm looking at, it says the name of the arena, then the score. Oh, sorry. It says the name of the arena underneath the score. So I was actually looking at the Vadashran one, which is underneath. It's got... So actually I need to look above. It's 629,337, 18 minutes 49. I was thinking that 13 minutes is insane. Even 18:49 is insane. No, so sorry about that. Inadvertently spread some fake news there. Look how easy it is. Terrifying. Just because the list that they've got, it has score and like name of content, score and name of content. The initials of the content are next to the score as well. But I was just looking at the line right above it. You know, so I thought it was like Maelstrom Arena and then the score underneath. So to be clear, the world record is about 19 minutes. Which is still going some, isn't it? Anything under 20 is crazy. The leaderboards have been updated with your fake news, lol. Yeah, you're right. VVH is, well, the one I see listed is the one I was just saying. And again, I've not done any vetting of these. I'm literally just looking at what other people have posted and verified. That is 13 minutes 10. The one that's there. And that is Zadakus. The VMA one is James Hond. So there we go. Just let's get Ritz out of the way. Ambition just did an 11-minute. There we go. So it just hasn't been updated. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying that is... The VMA one needs to be updated as well, for all I know. I when you guys asked me, I had no idea. I said 15 to 20 minutes, which thankfully was in the right ballpark. But I pay very little attention to this kind of stuff. I just think it's really cool. I love speedrunning and stuff like that. Excuse me. Yeah, Kazi, you did. Again, that happened on stream, didn't it? We literally timed it, and it was slightly faster by like... it wasn't that much. It was like 15 seconds maybe, tops. I think we had one where Vardenfell was 1 second quicker, but like 3 where Skingrad was quicker. Anything from 4 seconds to 11 seconds or something like that, I can't remember. And by the way, Persistence, thank you for the follow. Just seeing what Kazi wrote. In PvP when I make a build, at least I have a playstyle in mind. In PvE you feel completely lost. Well, here's where we're going to pick this up. I've no idea, Moose. Why are you guys asking me these questions? I don't know. I don't know what the record is. I don't know who holds it. I don't know how they did it. I'm just looking at numbers on a Discord. I'm sorry, I don't know. Alright. So, what does this guy have? He already has Assassination on Herald of the Tome. We were messing around with this for like a single target setup. So let's grab ourselves Pragmatic Fate Carver. Would you be up for that, Kazi? Do you want to use Fate Carver? Or would you rather use something else? I just like it because it allows you to use the same setup for bosses and trash. Most sometimes I ask stuff hoping someone in chat knows as well. Yeah. No, it's fair enough. I'm not actually saying stop asking. I don't know. Alright, what are we going to do here? Well, let's go back to Cephaliarch's Flail. Those scores... Oh, they'll definitely be with subclassing. There's no separation between the two. Why would you run it with a pure class? Like, why would anybody do that? Whatever, you have absolutely no preference. Well, in that case... why don't we just try, if you're really not being prescriptive about it at all, which I love. So many people come to me, usually in DMs, because they don't want to post it in a public channel on our Discord. They'll come to me like, oh, I just need a good single target and trash setup for my sorcerer. And as I'm like getting ready to send them the Ninja Pulls website links, then I see the rest of the message. But it can't do this. I have to do this, and that. It's like, you've already made the build then. Go and have fun. Like, there's no point asking someone for their recommendation. It's like going to a restaurant and then just listing a million fucking allergies that you don't have. You know? I used to work in a restaurant, so I have a sort of a slightly unique take on this. Alright, we need to get rid of Ardent Flame. Or I wonder... what other ways can we get Major Resolve? Could just use Balance. I know that feels a bit shitty. Major Breach taken care of. Man, I'm a little bit short of skill points on this character, huh? What does this even do? I remember we used to have to use this. Magden used to have to run spell symmetry. Ridiculous. Our balance is unmorphed, unranked on this character. Whoops. Gabrit's White Fang, welcome on in. And Ambition got a sub 12-minute VVH. Lovely. Can you explain a bit what your thought process is? Well, I'm thinking... dual wield and either 2H back bar or Inferno. The way that this rotation is going to work, I'm going to go with Inferno. It gives you... Inferno is often better because you have, well, Burning for a start. It's a larger AoE. It doesn't have an awkward animation or anything like that. And it's bigger. But the main reason, honestly, to use Inferno over 2H or vice versa is sustain. Whatever gives you the best sustain, or whatever allows you to sustain at all, use that. In this case, I think Inferno is going to be the way to go. Do you have a preference as to whether Mag or Stam? Like, what race is it? Why am I even asking? It's going to be a fucking Khajiit, isn't it? Moose, I want to fill my VMA sticker book for those sets we'll never use but I'm still missing. Yeah, exactly. It is a Khajiit, of course it is. I don't have a Khajiit Dragon Knight. But that at least means it doesn't matter. You can be like, Stamina Magicka agnostic. So maybe we bin this guy. Actually, because he's Mag. And go Stamina. But I think either will work. Either will work. Zanzion, good morning. Morning, morning, morning. It's actually approaching afternoon for me. It's 11:30 now. But yeah, Moose, that's exactly why I've been running it on stream, to be honest. There's so many fucking pieces missing. Look at this. Ridiculous. I have 61 pieces still to go. Outrageous. They need to just double drop this shit or something. Like, I'd love to know how many players have actually got this complete. It's got to be so few. And they must really have, like, OCD. Dark Lord Venture, there we go. There's one. Like, how and why? Or do you just really love VMA? That's actually the point. People who who really love the score pushing thing, Vet should drop more than one weapon. Yeah, there we go. I totally agree. And whilst that would be a little bit of an eye roll, like, come on, from the people like Venger here, who's already got it. No, you don't have OCD. Yeah, but if someone's in VMA score pushing, then it's kind of going to happen on its own. But for someone like me, why the fuck would I go there? I don't like solo content very much, especially VMA. Like, it's aged poorly, I think it's fair to say. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, if people are running it anyway, that's the way most of this game works. I never tried to fill up my sticker book in trials, but it just happens because I like the trials and I run them a lot. I do teaching runs, practice runs, I go there with my prog groups. So whenever someone says, oh, I need to farm this, I'm just like, no, you really don't. Just play the trial for fun. If someone like needs it for PvP and trials is not a thing they enjoy, then that's different. But if people want it for PvE so they can do more trials, I'm usually just like, just start with that. Just do the trials. It's like saying I need to buy a $5,000 guitar so I can learn to play. No, you learn to play then to justify having that crazy expensive instrument. You know what I mean? Dorothy, run it on normal? Yes. That's a good question. I suppose the stuff still drops and it'd be a bit quicker. But then that's takes all the fun out of it. I don't think that would work for me. If there's literally no challenge. Like, there's almost no challenge the way I'm already doing it. Anyway. Almost completed it before drops were curated. I was missing like 2 Winterborn weapons. Okay, so we've got some real VMA enjoyers in here with us today. I'm just curious then, why run the place so much? Do you just love getting a really high score, getting on the leaderboard, stuff like that? Because that stuff just doesn't work for me. Like, if it happens, I'm happy, but it's not going to induce me to do, well, anything.
There you are. I have been expecting you.
But that's a personal thing. Obviously, that's why those things are there, to induce us to do exactly that, to head on in there again, beat our personal best, beat that other guy who got a higher score than we did, you know? Or to get that nuke perfect, the one that we fluffed last time, that kind of thing. Okay, so now you mention it, never do trials, so I don't have a lot of trial gear. The gear really doesn't matter. Do you have Unsul, at least? You score pushed. Well, there we go, there's that answer. Right up until Deadlands, fun. Yeah, like I said, I have mad respect. I really enjoy that there is a score pushing scene in this game. And for the record, I just want to mention this. I've said it before, I think. I really, really want the ESO community, and especially the content creators community, to stop dunking on or being dismissive of the quote-unquote elite in this game. To be fair, I don't even count myself among them, because I don't do score pushing. I just swim in the same waters as those guys, you know? I know a lot of them, I'm friends with a lot of them, I'm in groups with some of them, the non-score pushy groups, but just the groups that are like doing hard modes, trifectas, that kind of stuff. I've nothing against score pushing at all. I'd love to have more time to do that kind of thing. But there's such a tendency to be dismissive of, oh, well, they just face roll everything. Oh, well, nobody plays the game like that. Oh, well, they're, or in the words of Rich Lambert, they're optimizing the fun out of the game. He literally said that. I wish that would just stop. It is completely illegitimate. There is a conversation to be had about the need to follow the meta, but you go ask anybody in the score push community and they will say no, you do not need to follow the meta. They will be the first ones to tell you that. That myth about the meta being like the be-all and end-all is generally a casual thing. You know, that mid-tier that thinks you must have... Oh, they nerfed Reliquin, now I must have this other set. You know what I mean? Score pushers know that that's not how the game has ever worked. And I'm just a little bit tired of it. I don't think anyone is trying to be mean. Like, Rich, I don't think he was trying to yuck anyone's yum when he said, oh, there are some people who optimize the fun out of the game. Well, I think what he's trying to do is to big up the more casual player base and say, you guys aren't doing it wrong. Hey, newsflash, they know they're not doing it wrong. We all know playing a game casually is perfectly legitimate. Nobody should need to be reminded of that. And the fact that there is a level of mastery in this game, and there is room to grow your skill level and your teamwork and your coordination as a group. That is where the fun comes from, and I don't just think for the top. We literally have a guild which is about people moving from that more casual group finder trial scene into more organized, optimized, and they love it. I've never met anyone who said, I'd much rather go back to pugs. No. It is an inherently superior experience. It's just a pain in the ass to organize. That's why it doesn't happen. So yeah, I would just like to share that thought for a couple of minutes there. Sorry for the waffle, but I see it a lot, and it's usually well-meaning, but I think it's entirely misguided. The casual community does not need to be constantly patronized in that way. Oh, that you're the ones who are playing the game right. No. We're all playing the game right. Anyway, moving on. Kazi saying, I'm bad at VMA, but I really like doing it. Don't have Unsoul, but I can get it. Well, I'll run Unsoul for now, and you can just substitute whatever. Venger says, the way I did it, helped my friends get their first VMA clears. Doing the same with them with VVH soon to get their clears there. So you helped, like, by running it with them in parallel kind of thing? At least the non-perfected one. Seems to be from a trial I've never seen the inside. It's from Sanity's Edge. We're doing some... Well, two birds with one stone. You said, Kazi, you were up for some more trials. I'm going to arrange a few Sanity's Edge runs in the coming weeks. And rest assured, there'll be a bunch of people there who do want Unsoul, just like you. But there will also be a bunch of people like me who finished it ages ago and who will gladly donate anything that drops. So let's try to make that happen. I don't think this guy has Unsoul. Most professional athletes optimize the fun out of their sport would sound silly. Perfect. Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. It's the same thing. No one feels the need to say to a footballer, you know, just because you're not playing for a globally successful team, you can still have fun with football. Don't worry about it. Nobody ever feels the need to say that because it's self-evident, and to say it makes you seem stupid. And it almost would invite the person you're saying it to be like, why are you... Like, the fact that you're patronizing me with this and trying to reassure me just makes me think that deep down you think I'm doing this wrong. Right? Yeah, there's no reason for these different approaches to the game not to coexist harmoniously. But we keep, like, casually, you know, taking little side swipes at endgamers or optimization. It needs to just stop. It's so misguided. Schnax is like, everyone who does easier stuff than me is a casual who should not be taken seriously, and everyone who does harder stuff than me is an insane sweatlord and should not be taken seriously. There's also this. Yeah, that's self-justifying reflex. I think you're ultimately correct. That is where it comes from. And I get it. Maya's had this conversation with so many people who are unreliable, and they want to reap the benefits of running with a very organized guild like Ninja Paws. They want to be in our static groups. They want to come to our teaching trials, whatever. Who wouldn't? It's very nice to have things organized for you that way. But you don't just have to pull your weight in terms of damage. You also have to show up. And we've literally had this conversation where someone doesn't show up, or is lazy and unreliable. They're a flake, basically. And eventually, they get a warning, and Maya, because she's the boss, she will message them and talk to them about it. And so often, Schnacks, we get this kind of response. Like, geez, get a life. Go and touch some grass. It's like, I am playing games at the optimum amount. Anyone who plays it less than I do is not a real gamer. Anyone who plays games more than I do, or who takes seriously the idea of not wasting 11 people's time, is just like, needs to get a fucking life, get a job. You see it everywhere, this Goldilocks syndrome that whatever arbitrary level you happen to be at is the only correct one. So Schnacks, yeah, well, thank you for pointing that out. And Gandok, funny because Rich DM'd me out of the blue on Discord asking for help hitting 600k on his sampler. Did he really? Sanity's Edge is the Necron one, it is indeed, yeah. Anyway, let's head to the... Has this guy even got subclassing? No, he hasn't. Shit. Just do it in Evermore. Yeah, and to be clear, I'm fairly confident. I'm very confident, in fact. The Richmond, absolutely no shade thrown at anyone by these remarks, but there is a tendency, particularly on his part, I think, to be cheerleaders for the more casual side. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But you got to be careful. You got to figure out a way of doing that. I love this. Every time I go to Evermore, I just instinctively run to get a survey. Fuck's sake. Sorry. You got to be careful not to, to do that without, like, downplaying the validity of anyone else and what they're up to. No one's being a snowflake about it. No one's getting upset.
I will show you very well.
But yeah, I think messaging from the very top of the development team, yeah, that stuff ultimately matters. So, Kazi, first question then. Do you want to stick with Ardent Flame, or do you want to go with Draconic Power so you can get DK Major Resolve? Or do you just want to use something like Balance to give yourself Major Resolve? I think I'd rather try Draconic Power because it'll be a little bit different. Herald of the Tome, Assassination, Ardent Flame is quite common. Gandork made him an easy and intermediate guide for 604k and 611k with minimal learning, but he gave up at 597k. When you say, what are we talking about? Is this VMA? Some people love spreadsheet gaming. Some find that to be a job. Yeah, yeah, VMA. I thought you talked about DPS at first. I was like, hang on. No balance. Well, then let's go with Draconic Power. And Herald of the Tome we've got. So what else do we want? We want Nightblade. Assassination. And let's ditch Ardent Flame. Alright, Batra. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to have to free up some skill points. I've got 46 here. Is that going to be enough? Let's find out. Sorry, I should have done this at the NPC. Then you wouldn't get all these silly noises. I would probably go Languid. I don't think you need to have the moving one in VMA. So might as well take the extra damage. But, obviously, Tide Kings is really good. And we're out of skill points, yeah. So, definitely need to go and get some more. Gandork 600k is 29.54, but it's often treated as the sub 30-minute milestone. Gotcha. Glad to have a couple of people who know a lot more about VMA than I do. Like I said, it's not my favorite area of the game. Like, I would put it beneath housing as in terms of my level of interest, which is probably weird as a PvE guy. It's the teamwork that I derive much of my enjoyment from in Trials and Dungeons. So you take that away and suddenly, like, a huge slice of the cake is gone for me. But that's totally just me. I'd never tell anyone who was asking me about solo content. I would make it clear, oh, that's just my opinion. And it's actually quite an unusual opinion. Don't need Stone Giant. Hang on a sec. I'm being a dumbass, aren't I? I kept the wrong... well, I could just fix that now. How did that happen? I just kept the wrong skill line. I guess we might as well take Volatile for the slight extra damage it's going to give us. I don't know that we'll have time to use any of the other stuff. So, if you just joined us, we are making... I'll just take bow stuff out for now. We're making a VMA-style setup, you know, just solo and arena stuff generally for Kazi, who's a bit of a PvP legend, but tends to give up when making PvE builds very quickly. I think that probably goes for a lot of people, especially the second one. So we're just having a little play around, see what we can do. Moose, but why would someone shit on that part they don't like? People generally don't do that in other hobbies, jobs, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's not shitting on. To be fair, Rich did not do that. And most of the people I'm talking about, they don't do it, or they certainly don't mean to do it. There's just a sort of a... It's sort of a knee-jerk reaction. People don't realize they're doing it. A little bit like casual racism, you know, when people absolutely don't mean any harm, but because they're not thinking about what they're saying super carefully, they'll come out with something which could easily be offensive if you're unlucky and a certain person is listening, you know? I think that's what I'm talking about. It's just thoughtless. And it's seen as... Endgamers are seen as like a soft target, an easy target. Yeah, cloak, exactly, right. The PvP doofus is the word you're looking for. Sounds like a good name for an NPC. Yeah. Alright. So what else? We want the Huge. We already got that. We want Cloak. Quick Cloak could be nice. We're not running Banner. Because DK. So what else? Blockade. We could use... I think just Elisus. Rather than like Caltrops or anything. Because there's just so little time to chuck the Caltrops down. Like you'd be better off just beaming and everything is going to be dead. You know? And just to remind ourselves, we can block more. We heal more when armor is active. That is meaningless, and we have more resistances than before. So, especially in solo, they're not useless. I'd say 2 of them are handy. But Elder Dragon and Iron Skin, we're not blocking that much. Or we shouldn't be. Definitely go with Soul Harvest if you're doing a solo arena, because you gain 10 ultimate every time you kill an enemy. It's literally going to happen constantly. We could actually Elisus or mark target. You know what? I didn't run this on my other one, but we could give ourselves Major Berserk. The problem is you only get it for how long? Is it like 10 seconds? 9 seconds. That's because it hasn't been ranked up. So it'll be 10 seconds. So that's a little bit shit. Like, if you kill an enemy just before the boss spawns, it'll pretty much have run out by the time the boss arrives. So that's fairly pointless, actually. I can't decide, but that is worth experimenting with, because Elisus deals a little damage. You can use it as a dot, almost. Like, if you put down Wall and Elisus on a target and just leave them to stand in there and take damage, and then walk away and kill something else. That's what I was doing. It worked pretty well. Thinking maybe Silver Leash? Just on the rare occasion that we want to change something in. So that's the thought process, Kazi. What are the essentials? You know, these three. We want Savagery and Prophecy. Then we want Major Resolve. We want Major Breach. We obviously want Tome Bearer. And why is that not morphed? You could use this one as well, if you wanted. Restoring Resources. We shouldn't need it. And then the back bar dot. So there isn't really much thought process. The only flexi spots really are Silver Leash and Soul Harvest. And again, they're fairly self-explanatory. Because it's not a Magicka character, it's a Stam. We are going to want to just stack Fighters Guild stuff. You could put a self-heal there somewhere if you want. Or instead of Camo Hunter on the back. So there we go. That's that. Razam, hello there. Good morning, good morning. Or good afternoon, that's... Your skills are directly behind the stream team banner. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, you can see him now. I forget that in the respec screen, you don't see it. But here, now you can see it, right? And that also means we're going to go with a Maelstrom Staff. Seriously? This guy doesn't have one? He must have given it to someone else. Well, I've got one in the bank. I'm pretty sure I just got to drop an infused Maelstrom Staff. So that's easy. You could go Sulzan on the body, or Ansul, doesn't really matter. And then I'd probably go Null Arca for the rest. But it really doesn't need to be. It could be Tideborn. In fact, let's just put the custom scale back. There we go. Who's got this? My Arcanist has it. But if you need that extra pen, for example, I'm not sure what would be better. Let's go and steal it. Let's try with Tideborn. The more crafted sets there are, the easier the build is to put together, right? Shnax, I think people with other hobbies do the same, actually. With different photography technologies or fans of different movie or music genres. That can happen. I think it probably does exist elsewhere because it comes from... I think it's a little bit like gossip. You know, when we gossip, we have a tendency to exaggerate other people's shortcomings in order to try and elevate ourselves in our own eyes and the eyes of those in our immediate circle. And to big up our friends and so on. Do you want to get a pen cap always? No, it just isn't that important. But ideally, yeah, you want to be close to it at all times. That is probably not the character I should have gone to. But whatever, we're upgrading a Maelstrom staff, aren't we? So let's go and do that. Upgrade. Do I have one? That's that done, and I don't think I need to do anything else. Again, Kazi, the gear's weight is based on, first of all, maximum damage, and then the minimum amount of survivability and sustain that you need. And from that it flows that medium is generally the best. Generally. Keep an eye on your critical damage cap, obviously, and pen. For example, if you need more pen. Light armor is great for that. I'll have a look at it. I might craft a light Tideborn shoulder, just in case. But let's just test it out. See how it works. The main thing is going to be just crux generation. Whoops. I typed tidy instead of tide. Oh, it's Tideborn. That dagger is. Start with skills and choose what buffs you need. It's just the essentials. We need Major Resolve. We need Major Breach. We need a backbar dot. We're going to want Deadly Cloak or Quick Cloak. And that should be everything. What else? We need Flail. We need Beam. We're going to want Herald of the Tome. What's it called? Inspired Scholarship. The ulti. Like, the moment you start thinking about the quote-unquote essentials, the bar is almost filled up. I just realized I did neglect one thing. I didn't slot Relentless Focus, which this patch we absolutely do want. So let's grab that real quick. I'll just put that here and don't use it. Alright, we're nearly there. And like I said, Unsul, Sul'Zan, Null Arca, any of these trial sets will work on the body. Unsul is nice because it has that line of penetration. So I think I'd rather use that than Sul'Zan, but Sul'Zan is also a little bit stronger. I have a lot of Riptide stuff in the bank, holy shit. Well, if the changes to Riptide go ahead, I'm not going to be using that set a lot in the near future. These are both charged, it doesn't matter where they go. Again, I don't think I would necessarily go for double charged. I'd probably go Nirnhoned and Precise, but this is just what I have. Ready to go, and it should work fine. Then we need that Maelstrom weapon from the bank. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I already had one in there. So that may have been a waste of, what do you call it? Woodworking materials. Mastic, right? Audio. I pretty much just play group content in games so that I'm not wasting anyone's time. Not wasting anyone else's time or being a detriment, and that is the right way to me. Yeah. That is, like, the best place to start, in my opinion. It's a line that I will fall back on very often to justify when people come to me and say, why are you encouraging people to have more DPS? You know, why are you putting out builds that are so min-maxy? And Yeah, and some people think that's a bad thing. And to them I say, no, when I show up to a group, or when anyone shows up to my group, I want them to be over-prepared, if anything. I'm not going to have a go at them if they're not. But if you literally can't do what your job is in the group, that's a problem. Clearly. Guys, what about the Undaunted passives in that context? Oh, they don't matter. Like, the value and importance of extra resources is diminishing more and more and more. Like, you know how in PvP, it used to be that you would aim for quite a lot of your primary resource, right? A little bit like PvE. You want a nice high stamina pool. Almost none of my PvP builds are over 20k anymore of the primary resource. Oh, that's not true. But like 25k, it just, speccing into weapon and spell damage is so much better. And health, obviously, in that context. So yeah, we will take it, the Undaunted passives, but we're not going to wear a heavy piece just for the extra 2%. You know what I mean? It's definitely not worth it. So I currently have 4%. I don't need 6. Let's see if this works. What food we want? Max stat food. So garlic, cod. Reminder, this should work with a magicka. I'm just on a stamina because that will be... It just makes a little more sense. He already has tripods there. Yep. And then CPs. Whoops. Sorry if you have too many questions. Not at all. Like, Ninja Balls is a teaching guild. I live for this shit. And the fact that you're a friend and we can actually help someone directly, and other people watching, if they're getting like ideas or inspiration, feel free to fire questions at me. That is absolutely what we're here for. Even if I make fun of it sometimes and say, I don't have the answers, I'll do my best to find them. And the great news is, a lot of the answers to these questions are fucking testable. Like, you can either look at the stats and make your determination, or you can test on a dummy, or roll into content with it. We can test it right here. That is one of the things that I do most to, like, be of use to the community, ultimately, is testing stuff and relaying findings. So, Biting Aura, Master at Arms, Wrathful Strikes, and Reaving Blows, baby. What about the reds? I don't think Rejuvenation is going to be needed. Bloody Renewal is going to be fantastic. Celerity is going to be nice. But if I find that I struggle with Magicka, I might grab Rejuvenation instead. Or you can just grab Siphoning Spells as well as Bloody Renewal. That would be amazing. But with Tripods, we should be fine with exactly this setup. So let's save that. Let's make a little... Right. I'm not going to gen any ult because we won't need it. Let's port in and give it a go. Have I forgotten anything? Mundus is correct. I'm thinking that my pen is going to be a little bit low, potentially.
I have been expecting you.
It should be fine. It's not going to kill the build. So if you run Unsul instead... Wow, this character's never been to VMA. Really? No. I've definitely cleared VMA on a StamDK. I guess I did it with my tank. Audio, this is EU. I play on the NA server as well, but generally I'm on EU because that's where we have an NA guild as well, but our home guild, the big Ninja Balls guild, is on the EU, PC EU server. Or EW, as Maya likes to call it. This is not my main, no. The fact that it's never done VMA goes to show. This is one of the characters I've done most PvP with, and I've done like Zenkosh. I've even run Rojo DPS on this guy before. So as a StamDK, he's often relegated to like bitch work. And I've done a lot of PvP on this guy because StamDK and PvP is just a ton of fun. Ah, the smell of Hrothgar in the morning. Smells of stale beer, half-eaten sausage, and orc vomit. Love it. Hey, look, how's it going? So Avenger's saying, if you're considering pen, if I remember rightly, isn't the cap for mobs in the solo arenas less? Yeah, they're all over the place, basically. I think they standardized them in Infinite Archive because some of us made a bit of a stink about it in weeks 1 and 2 of PTS, saying, what the fuck is up with all this pen disparity? Could we just have it? But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. In VVH, VMA, it's its own special story. It's not 18.2, which is the veteran one. Maybe Lucht will actually know this one. And it's not 9.1 either. It's sort of a mixture of various things in the middle. But I've never actually come here and tested it. So I'm totally going off the word of trusted sources here. But it's actually quite easy to test. You just go around with, if you really want to acid test it, you slot Berserker Strike, and then keep an eye on your stats. See how much you gain when you hit that particular enemy, and that is the game's way of telling you how much armor they had, and how much pen you need. So in this case, it's going to be variable. Certain enemies have 0 mag and 18.2 physical, or any variation between them. Yeah, so what a fucking shit show in terms of optimizing that.
Here comes a likely candidate now. Do you suppose
On PTS for Archive, didn't they have enemy resist go up to like 48k? Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very silly. And it was annoying, because I mean, you had to change your build, like, fairly fundamentally between just rooms, and it just didn't feel good. Like I've said many times, I have mad respect for people who speedrun this stuff and who bring a ton of optimization and gear switching to bear between trash pulls and bosses. I love that, but I'm not gonna do that. And I think a lot of people aren't going to do that. So yeah, 9.1. I think some of them are. We go. It's not even consistent between mag and stam. Yeah, Gandork. Dark Lord Avenger. Ah, nice. Thank you. It was just stupid in my opinion. But VMA, VVH pen should be standardized to 12.1. 12k. 12.100, yeah. It's almost never worth optimizing even when score pushing for the individual pen numbers. I can imagine. Maybe a little bit here and there.
Very well then.
I misreported the world record, the current world record, because I looked on the Wild Heart. Apparently, by the way, look, you need to update. Is it Ambition has broken a couple of the world records for solo arenas this patch? That's not according to me. That's a couple of people who are here in chat saying that. Okay, so I can immediately... I feel like I can already sense the lack of storm calling passives. But that could just be my imagination, you know. And it is very nice having Hurricane just tick on an enemy as they spawn in. And they're already like... If you get Blade, Cloak, and Hurricane ticking on them just as they arrive, they've already taken a ton of damage. This is one reason Soulzone might be a pain in the ass. You're not always going to want to run over and grab the soul every time. I mean, when it's right here, that's fantastic. Yeah, the major berserk from Nightblade just wouldn't be worth it. Not in here. In Vadashran, I think almost certainly. Yeah, these little guys, they hide in the pool. I always miss them. It's a little bit laggy. Yeah, the Soulzone is pretty nice. So long as you can keep that up, which in here should be a piece of cake.
You've entered the ring. We've prepared a gigantic welcome for you. You come forth, my other self.
So far, it's about the same in terms of power with Sul'Zan. So if I switch to Unsul, I guess the timing of the boss fights is about the same. So Sul'Zan is making up for the shortfall of not having storm calling, which makes sense, but that's very like imprecise. I should have saved. I should have logged actually or something. The one weakness I'm seeing potentially here is that Major Resolve, Volatile Armor costs mag, and that is sending my mag a little bit out of whack, but so far it's fine. I really would love a Major Resolve that lasted 30 seconds. 20 just doesn't seem like enough.
So far, so good. But the worst is yet to come.
But like I said, you could just slot siphoning spells instead of celerity or something. One of the blue CPs, red CPs, sorry. And then your Magicka sustain will be like crazy good. Yeah, it's still just as easy. Can confirm. And apparently it's slightly tankier as well, so this might be even easier than the one, and I'm not feeling the loss of Banner actually at all. Because half the time I'm not waiting for 3 Crux anyway, so part of its power is not really felt the way I've been using it. Oh shoot, another little guy that I missed.
Wait till you see what's coming next.
Again, I beamed with only 2 Crux because I didn't want to risk him not dying. This guy is going to make it though. Definitely, absolutely, I fucked that up. I was very lucky last time that I was just able to zap all 3 of them one after the other. I usually don't get that lucky. Oh, that was pretty good. So nice when it lines up like that. And yeah, so it looks like you need to update several. Sorry, I was concentrating a little bit on that one because lots of footwork. And I don't want to look like a complete Egypt by dying to blades on stream. Although, we've all died to blades. That doesn't make you a dumbass. But you know what I mean. Nobody reports these, and it has no data, etc., no time. VMA got broken several times in the last few weeks by some random guy nobody seems to know. Could be a console player that bought a PC account. It's a PC player who isn't active in any communities I'm in. There we go. Not updating the record because I don't know their time the date was broken at. Yeah. Feels weird when people just break very prestigious records and then have nothing to show for it. No recordings, not even a post. Yeah, I can imagine. Because, yeah, then people like me will come and say, look, you haven't updated the thing. And you're like, well, I heard about it, but there's nothing I can do. Because, yeah, you don't want people to come to you and question it and say, hey, where's the link? Where's the screenshot? Where's the video? But it's cool that you guys do that. And, or rather, cool that you do that. And it was handy today. I literally went to the Wild Heart list and just checked it. Because someone was asking, what is the record in here? Kazi takes notes. For when, can't now get a personal best score. It's not going to happen. I've already stopped and chatted. Scores are character, per character, right? So I'll presumably get a new best score because this guy doesn't seem to have done VMA before. Or is that just character-wide, account-wide? It's crazy. The volatile armor feels so short. I know it's 20 seconds, just like everything else. I don't mind people telling me I need to update stuff. Definitely lazy when it comes to it. But yeah, it's when you already know about something and you decided not to update it. That's when it's annoying to have people going, oh, by the way, did you know? You haven't done this. That's what I meant. Don't know, I only play one character. As we've discovered. And if you do get into trials, I imagine that will change. Simply because you will... Not because you have to. But you'll probably want to play more characters. Although now with subclassing, it's probably easier than ever to just stick to one.
Pay attention, you louts. You might learn something.
Right, so if I pre-buff next to this one. Yeah, she just dies to the volatile dot and the blockade. And it's a trash ad, so. But the fact that you can do that, if you do want to speed things up a little bit. Jesus. What the hell was that? Yeah, but the sustain is actually pretty cherry on this. I always do this with her because I've been hit by her cone too many times. That one felt slow, I don't know why. That was a bit slow compared to the other setup. I guess the need to flail twice. That's probably all it is. Character specific. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, Fenja. Hope you like the world record page. I put a lot of effort into making it compact enough to make it viewable without scrolling. I do. Like I said, I haven't been using it as a reference that often because I don't feel the need to keep up to date with this stuff particularly, but it's very interesting to refer to. Like, I was hanging out in Red Spectre's stream just yesterday, and he went in to do a Pug VMOL, and I was saying, oh, I have to leave soon to go and I have to drive to go and get Maya. I've only got like 20 minutes, and I don't. And he and I were sort of saying, yeah, I don't think this group is going to clear in 20 minutes. I think they spent over half an hour on the twins in the end. Just because pugs, you know. If one pull doesn't go well, two people leave. It takes you 10 minutes to replace them. Anyway, and when I told him that the world record was whatever it is it like 7 minutes now? For VMOL? Chat was like, what? What the fuck? And I think I gave you full credit. Or rather, the Wild Heart channel. So how do you even do that? That's like the time it takes to run from place to place. I love that. Even people who know what an optimized group is capable of, they will see some of these scores, and generally the erection is like, how? It's so crazy how far down you can whittle it. It's a lot of fun. Gundog would be nice if Zos had a proper score archive available. Wouldn't it, though? And it would signal some, you know, it goes back to what we were talking about 20, 30 minutes ago about the whole optimizing the fun out of the game. It would signal that they support that side of the game. Because clearly they actually do. They definitely do. I think the issue is that they are often signaling to the rest of the player base. They're signaling their support for them as well. And sort of take it for granted. Well, the end gamers know that we support them too, but it really doesn't feel like it sometimes, or look like it. And yeah, So I agree with that. API would be best, but yeah. Hey, Payne, how's it going? You're going to update your bio to say GigaChat. Massive shout out to Payne in the Axe, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I missed you coming in. How's it going? Thanks for posting those videos from the party in fucking the tavern. That was so cool. I watched all of them. You can see my buddy Astro in the front bopping away. I love that guy. Back in Amsterdam when I was hanging out with all the Germans, we went into the town together. All the Brits went to bed. I guess they'd all had too much to drink or jet lagged or whatever from the like 2-hour flight. But so I just went into Amsterdam with all the Germans. I remember Astro apologizing to me. Oh, I'm sorry, my English is super bad. And then he proceeds to have like a really detailed, lengthy conversation with me in like perfect English. It's like, fuck you, man. Such humility. I'm gonna make a total mess of this, so don't pay too much attention to what I'm doing because I'm just gonna be reading chat and trying to play at the same time. But yeah, if you're not following Payne, you're missing out. And I mean it. I'm not just saying that because he's here. If you didn't see the awesome rave that we did for Tenfest, Payne did that all by himself. Nobody even suggested it to him. He's just like, right, I'm gonna do a DJ set live. That's the thing that he does. Really, really slick transitions between songs and whatnot. Just great vibes always. But yeah, he did one in ESO. He went to a friend's house that was like made up like a Tomorrowland stage or something. You know, the Electronica Festival. It was fucking amazing. I've got some really, really cool videos of it. We filled the house up with people who were listening to the music and rocking out. It was great. Such a nice time. So yeah, if you want to see stuff like that, like an actual in-game rave, which isn't just a corny gimmick, but a really, really cool musical hang. I even woke Maya up from sleep. It's like, you've got to see this. You've got to hear this. Go and follow Payne. That's the place. Anyway, I'll stop sucking his popsicle for a minute here. Let's try the Nightblade ult instead. Why am I snared so much? Still a little bit slow. I don't like that. I don't like the... Don't know what the thing to do is with an ult on that guy. But whatever. It's quick enough. Craziest thing is from update 44 with subclass thing that push it like sub 650. No, we're talking about VMOL. In-game leaderboards just need a full rework. How that it goes like 1, 1, 1, 1, 13, 13, 13. Yeah. This was not planned well. I completely agree. Party was nuts. Germans know how to party. Oh, who knew? Who knew, right? I met Payne at the tavern. Nice one. Didn't speak too much though. I showed up at Germany knowing how to say like 6 things. Hallo. Bier, bitte. Dankeschön. Tschüss. Oh, was that? Let me guess. Am I pretty close to the mark? Wo kann man Zigaretten kaufen? Did you learn that one? Oh man, my German is okay because, you know, being Danish, it's full of Germans there every summer. And I learnt German at school, both in Denmark when I was a kid and in the UK as like a teenager for a few years. Studied German. But yes, it's not amazing. But whenever we would go to the Wacken Festival, which is a heavy metal festival in Germany, my buddies spoke like no German at all. My mates from the UK, absolutely none. And I remember they would have like I think it might. There's a brand of cigarettes called Prince, and we would smoke way too much at this festival. Most of us didn't actually smoke day to day. I certainly didn't. I never have. But we would just get through so many fucking packets of these things, and they're not good. remember my mate going up to like the giant stand that was just shelling out cigarettes all day. And he just said, he just sort of looked at the guy in the eye, and he didn't want to say it in English. Can I get a pack of 20, please? So he just held up his finger and went, Ein Prinz. Like that. And the German guy just laughed in his face. Like 0 points for effort. And then I think he said in like flawless English, you want to buy a packet of cigarettes, yes? How many? And my friend was like, fuck. Made a fool of myself. Ein Prinz. Next Tomorrowland stage we build needs to be lit on fire. Yeah, true. Get those pyrotechnics on the go. Just a bunch of Dragon Knights. Kazi Dark Humor would now ask if the house in ESO was burnt down. Exactly, yeah. I've no clue how many Germans speak English, but I'm always amazed at how fluent they are when they do. I think it's an age thing. Like, there's a very, very neat cutoff after which... You know, plenty of Germans spoke great English before. One of the reasons the Danes are much better than... and the Scandinavians in general... And this, I'm not making this up. One of the reasons that the Scandinavians, for instance, are generally much better at English than the French or the Germans, or the Polish, for instance, is that they don't dub much of their stuff. Like, stuff for kids is often dubbed into Danish, Swedish, or whatever. But frankly, even kids' TV I watched was sometimes in English or in German when I was little. So you always watch a film in English, or whatever language it's in. And that's not really a cultural thing. It just means that, you know, Germany is such a big and advanced country that it's worth having a dubbing industry. You know, you have the guy who always plays Nick Cage and always does Schwarzenegger in the dubbed versions of movies, but it means that people don't, like, osmotically take in as much English. That's always been an observation that I've made. But then the internet now has completely changed that. So I think there's a certain age cutoff in a lot of these countries where suddenly people who are like 20 in France or Germany are way better than the average 26-year-old. Just a few years prior, their English is so much better because they were exposed to so much more of it as kids through, I don't know, Twitch or various other things online. The fact that terrestrial TV and dubbing isn't as much of a thing anymore. So yeah, Gandork, you're right. Oh, I'm not in London. Are you in London right now? You were a couple of days ago, right? No, I'm in Somerset, which is, you know, chuck a stone very, very, very far to the west of where you are right now, and you would hit my house. Over by the city of Bath. Or Bath. Yeah, younger gen learns English now in German, but the older didn't, apparently. Oh, hey, that's... Holy shit, Maya. Here you are. Well spotted, Kazi. I'm in the city right now, Hyde Park, enjoying the geese. Oh, man, that's cool. Oh, we totally could have linked up. I haven't been to London in a while, actually. I think the last time I went was like a year ago for a Bethesda UK thing. Oh, no. Maya and I were there a couple of months back for her passport. That's a lie. And most, pretty rare in Sweden to find someone younger than 60 who doesn't speak English enough to at least get by. Exactly. They speak English well enough in Scandinavia. They would never describe themselves as fluent. But you bet your ass if an English person, if a Brit, spoke Swedish as well as this average Swedish person spoke English, they would call themselves fluent and brag about it. But yeah, it's a funny disconnect. And Egbert, sort of experiencing the opposite in the Netherlands, where it feels like people's English generally is getting worse, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm curious as to why that is. And thanks, Maya, for the... I'm not, like, late for picking you up or anything, am I? When am I meeting up with you? Like, 1 o'clock? If Maya's still listening. So say hello to Maya, everyone! The actual streamer on this channel. I'm just the backup. The poor man's Maya. And hopefully she will be back full-time streaming very soon. Currently it's part-time and I'm sort of filling in the gaps. But I'm going to do it again. I did this yesterday when Maya showed up. It's a good excuse to ask for your support. If anyone does have subs kicking around or would just like to show support for Ninja Pawns and what we do, you're obviously very welcome. Why am I crossing the water just to do that? See, this is where Sul'Zan kind of sucks. But this is a very chill stream today. I'm not going to hassle you with anything. The only thing I should say, actually, is that we are doing a big 24-hour sumathon, like a big 24-hour stream, this coming Thursday into Friday. So make sure you're there for that. It's going to be really cool. And Maya is going to be there for the entire fucking thing, the whole broadcast. So make sure you stop by for some of that. It's going to be very heavily ESO flavored, but there will be some other games in there as well. I'm not entirely sure what the itinerary is, actually. Maya's got some surprises planned for me, I think. There are going to be some forfeits for me. Stuff like that. Yeah, the mag sustain is a little bit dicey, isn't it? I would love it to be a little... better than it is. Just because I can imagine a situation where I don't... You know, I cast a few things poorly. I make some bad decisions and overburn the magicka. I'm hoping these guys will stack if I just stay here. I feel special now. Aww. Well, thank you for the cheer, Egbert. I know it wasn't for me, but I'll still take it. It's way beyond get by, Venture. Yeah, absolutely. Whole zerg of geese here. I like that bit. That's a fun... that's quite a fun mental image. Right, let's see if we can ult her on pad 2. Oh shit, no! Ah, don't ignore the heavies, but you see it's a tiny bit laggy as well. Oh, that's bullshit.
That's it, man.
Game over, man! Game over!
What the fuck are we gonna do now?
Can't believe I died. I can't believe I just died to that. It's really bad. And I wasn't even looking at chat in that moment. I don't even have that excuse. But whatever. We're here to test the build, not my level of skill or preparedness for this game. Oh. I don't like the water in here either. And my bar swaps are not... What the fuck is that? Okay, that one was bullshit. My bar swaps suddenly didn't work. What's going on? Did I run out of... No. Still got food, still got everything. Other people at Bath particularly clean. Dear oh dear.
See, my minions, this is how it's done.
But Kazi, yeah, the build definitely works. Oh my god, another bar swap not going off. Fuck off. Okay, she's gonna smashy. Thank you. Come on, just die already. Yeah, so that... I don't know. I'm not sure what was going on there. First one was just completely my fault. That second one was deeply suspicious. But yeah, like I said with the other one, it's a matter of having to be careful sometimes. I guess I was insufficiently careful. A summer thong? Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Started to get fed up with Archive. Run the dailies with a friend and it throws focused efforts at me constantly. When I try to push a decent solo score, I go 10 arcs between each focused effort. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's bullshit, man. At least we're going to have that reroll soon. Right? That's coming in update 47. You're going to be able to reroll if you get just a terrible, nothing good range of options. I haven't tested it. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be enough. But it's something, right? You can reroll visions next patch, exactly, Gandork. You get feared by the boss shouting. Skill issue, exactly. Costing a fortune, but yeah. Oh, costing fortunes, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not sure it's going to be enough, if it's going to be like crazy expensive. Because it's going to get more and more expensive the more you do it, right? So, I don't know. You can't eliminate the RNG entirely. I totally understand that, otherwise the rogue light elements of it are, well, they're just gone, aren't they? Fuck off with the... What sigil did I even take? That's annoying. I need to be more careful with that. Oh crap, the guy died to my wall before I could lure him over here. That's also a little bit of a bad idea, standing in the lightning while throwing the grenade. Die Spinner? So yeah, I'm surprised. This build actually feels like I can barely feel the difference in terms of it doesn't feel much weaker than the storm calling one. Oh, that was pointless, wasn't it? What a waste. Honestly, I think my advice would be to not bother with that mechanic, or to do it more slowly, just so you can get the boss. Stunning the boss at the end is fun, but even that is unnecessary. Don't do what I'm doing and like make a mess of the whole arena just in order to keep up this little thing. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Like, why am I still in VMA?
Vile monstrosities, important for your entertainment.
Right, so there's one left. If I hit that just before the boss shows up, it should be a very, very easy nuke. I mean, it'll be an easy nuke either way, but you know what I mean. Oh, fuck. Oh, I totally fucked it up. What a shame. I must have missed a web spinner. So did I finish it or not?
Let's hope that this time it's more of a contest.
Oh, I'm just gonna
That's it,
blame my
man.
lack of
It's
sleep.
Game over, man. It's game over.
So did I end it?
What
Oh,
are
she
we gonna
died,
do
right?
now? What are we gonna do?
Watch. The climax approaches.
No, I guess not. What the fuck? Why? Like, why so slow? I guess no Sulzan proc, none of that. None of the stuff I was relying on. Alright,
Watching you perform.
let's take a moment here. That'd be my fault. Especially helpful to hear the thought process behind it and how you judge to testing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to do that. Especially if it's something we can test right away. Sometimes it's very like, ugh, I really have to sort of scratch my head and make some vague guesstimations about stuff that people ask. But again, I'm happy to do it. Done enough testing over the years to be able to eyeball, you know, sort of a ballpark thing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun where you can literally just road test. But one thing that clearly I'm demonstrating, not that I'm trying to, I wish it was deliberate. One thing I am demonstrating is that it can be a good thing if you're just chilling. If you're not like really optimizing every move and every cast. If you're playing it like I am and just chilling out and mostly just beaming through and trying to nuke everything as, you know, as best you can, do give yourself a bit more breathing space. And that's why this build isn't necessarily, this type of build isn't going to be for everyone. Because if I had, I don't know, if I had Pale Order, maybe a heavy piece, a bit more survivability built in, you know, a bit of high resists, then, and I make a fuck up like that, it's not fatal. I just lose like half my health, and then I can recover. The whole thing will get slower, but potentially easier, less frustrating. But yeah, like I said, that's very, very easy to do. You can literally just add some heavy pieces to the setup. You can use Slime Craw, Tideborn. That can be heavy because it's crafted. You can barely feel the difference. Thanks, Maya. Oh, this is another arena where I really can't look away. God damn it. I just want to chat to chat. If you're curious on current world records, I updated the page just now. There we go. Thanks, man. I got very lucky there, didn't I? I would have thought that due to that lag, that sort of latency effect when avoiding an AoE, a growing AoE, I would have thought I would have the poison on me of that. Got lucky. Dodged a bullet. I know some people who would go around like triggering all of these poison plants. I'm saying I'm pretty sure that's not the way you're supposed to tackle it.
challenger approaches. Release the defenders.
That's the point. We should get in Infinite Archive on the PTS and actually have a look at this. Because that's the thing a lot of people would be interested in knowing. Just getting a heads up about it. Also, when these things arrive on PTS, there's such a delay between them going live. You know, that often I think a lot of things do get forgotten. Oh, shut up. Damn it. And that should be boss time, right? I sidestepped the first, not the second. Oh, Ballorda, here we go. 500. Thank you for posting this. 500 archival fortunes, then 4k, then 13.5k, 32k. They're running Reaving Blows, exactly. Yeah, that's literally the only healing. That's sort of the point of this build, is that we did this on stream a few weeks ago, just for fun. We just did all the arenas that we could with 1 or 2 people. So Pluvy and I did Infinite Archive, and I did a couple of Vadashrans and Maelstroms, testing things out. And he was saying to me, "Oh, take off Pale Order and just do Reaving Blows because it's so much stronger now in update 46." And let's see if that's enough. And it is a little bit dicey in Maelstrom, I would say, because there are these gaps, and because of the way it works and things spawning in waves, you get these phases where everything arrives and you're like placing dots and shit. So you're getting no heals and taking the most amount of damage. So one dips and the other peaks at an awkward moment. So that's a little bit dodgy. But in Vadashran, when it's a little bit more constant, I found Reaving Blows to be more than enough. Hey, Gabriel Wolf. Or Gabriel Wolf. Thank you very much for the 3-month sub. That's fantastic. Really, really helps support the channel. Really appreciate you. Thank you. I'll try not to die from now on. Really shouldn't be dying, to be clear. Not with this setup and a player who's been playing the game as long as I have. There's no way I should die to anything. So the fact that I just did 3 times is a little bit awkward. Formula for vision reroll is like, yeah, 500 reroll count. That seems bad, doesn't it? I think you'd find the new VMA world record quite interesting. Shows my struggles with this record keeping. All right. Well, let's press on. Let's do this one. I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks it might be nice to have a longer timer on these major resolve abilities? I don't know. 20 seconds just feels so little. Like it's already over. Especially in content like this, it just doesn't feel long enough. And if they made it a standard thing, it wouldn't create like a power creep problem. You know what I mean? None of them would be outliers because they would all be equal.
But the worst is yet to come.
If it's 15 to 20 seconds, it should do more. I see what you mean, yeah. to maybe like more of a meaningful morph choice. Make it do more damage. I just feel like I'm casting nothing but this. That's probably the only time I'm gonna ult until the end boss. Yeah, I'll take the trade-off either way, but I think I would be more inclined to choose the morph that did a little less damage and had a longer timer on it, because it would still be a damage increase overall, right? I'm not great, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely expert at judging the range of these melee heavy attacks. Like, I outrange them quite a lot of the time, but then I block just in case, because I'm not entirely sure. I guess it doesn't matter. In here, they're not going to kill you. In Infinite Archive, often they will. So I'm getting the knight pretty soon. Is that her now? Don't trigger this boss without having major resolve like I just did. It's a really bad idea. But yeah, that boss is great. Great fun, nice and easy. So all I did there was blockade, volatile next to the pillar. I've no idea how much damage it did actually. Let's have a look. That's damage taken. Volatile armor, it did 57 damage. DPS, sorry. Ah, whatever. It did 10k to that, so it was enough, right? To help take down that one pillar a little bit faster. That way, before the boss even arrives, you can carry on and... I guess it's, if you've done solo portals in Cloud Rest, it's the same principle, right? Just get them all ticking more efficiently. Kazi, it's reasonable resets with each boss, and you could reroll over and over all the time for a low cost. Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha. Kazi, we just need to separate PvE and PvP finally. Because I don't want people to be even easier tanky. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually, because one of the ways in which you take people down is that you wait for their major resolve to run out. Because they're so busy wailing on you, they don't bother or forget to recast it. That's absolutely true, and that would, some of that opportunity would definitely go away if it lasted another 50%. I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't feel good to me to have to recast it constantly. Maybe it would feel better if it dealt damage all around me the way that Hurricane does. But the fact that they only take damage if they're hit by the upfront hit of it, I don't know. Gundork, aren't you that guy that did a lot of VMA a few years ago with like no armor? Yeah, based. So what exactly were the details about that? Can we hear more? I think I remember hearing about this at the time. I'm really struggling to keep up with chat and the gameplay in here. Kazi, let's try something else. What other than solo arena stuff? What else would you be using this build for? Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I always thought volatile armor was a little bit underwhelming. I'm sure there's a rationale for why it works the way it does, whether that's out of date or I'm just missing something, but it just doesn't feel strong enough, aside from the major resolve aspect. Definitely agree with that.
You shall know pain.
I should probably be using the sigils a little bit more as well. I just always ignore them completely. And Gandork saying, with so few skill slots compared to other games and ZOS encouraging players to slot passives, I'm in favor of skills returning to the shorter duration, like several years ago. With dots, absolutely. It's just I'm just having a little gripe about my major resolve ran out again. I mean, I don't need it half the time, right? I'll try not recasting it, see what happens until like a boss comes. Like for the general trash, it's just absolutely not needed. When you say you mostly quit after they homogenized Mag Stam, is that the game or just running VMA? Yeah, clearing VMA is almost entirely bound to mechanical knowledge, not build capability. That's true, I suppose, yeah. You know, when you first clear it, almost nobody clears it because of their build. Like, that's the way content creators sometimes pretend it is, but it's not. It's like learning when to use your ult and which enemies to use it on. And of course, what shit is going to kill you really, really fast, and that you need to prioritize as a consequence. Why does this guy sometimes follow me and sometimes he doesn't? Venger heading for lunch. Thank you very much for hanging out today. Alright, let's get this done. Yeah, I'll try and take out one of these. Oh, the other one's already dead. Nice. Elissus is actually really good. It's really good for that. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, new best score. Despite all the fuckery. It's going to be a terrible score. That was so slow. But yeah, never done it on the DK before. And again, another bum, getting all bows and saves in these runs. Anyway, now let's catch the fuck up. Questing. Don't play Trials and Dungeons. There's a lot I would use it for. Yeah, okay. 52 minutes. Oh my goodness. That might be my slow... No. We did another one that was like an hour the other day. But these are some of my slowest clears ever. Shit, I just thought about it. We had that conversation the other day about the 5 people who play the game with where is it? In social settings where you have leaderboard notifications. I'm thinking about, oh my god, Khan sucks. What's going on? Oh well. Gandork, I've done dozens of mean runs with all sorts of restrictions, naked, no skills, pacifist, mist form only. I get it. Yeah, your whole deal is starting to make a lot more sense. I didn't realize that was you, but yeah, you already said you have the sticker book full, as did Venger, right? So anyone who's done that is clearly a Maelstrom enjoyer. That's a lot of fun. Shield bashing everything to death was probably the hardest. Jeez. Kazi, and when I fancy doing dungeons, I prefer to tank. Okay. Look, since you're behind, I'll put up where I responded to. Re, can't keep up with chat while playing. Find it funny you struggle to keep up with chat because it's not even going that fast, don't get me wrong. Not blaming you. Interesting how slow paced you keep spending a lot of time on just a few messages. I'm just used to faster chats. Yeah. I think I want to respond to everyone. Like I'm doing right now. But you're right. Some days, and it seems to happen especially when you're here, I get really behind with chat. Also, I don't have a proper... My chat is way over to my left, so I genuinely have to look away from what I'm doing. I have to literally turn my head like 45 degrees. Yeah, that's definitely not an exaggeration. Maybe more than 45 degrees. Just to even read chat. Gandork, that too. I'm thinking... Sometimes when I go and see a larger streamer, it is like a total lottery as to whether they will even see, let alone react to what you're saying. And nobody else gives a shit. And then when you see they've only got like 1,000 people watching, cool. We might actually be able to communicate. But if it's like 3K, 4K plus, and obviously some streamers have way more than that, what is the point? What is the point of chat at that point? Like I have to like concentrate not to get tilted by Zos's streams, you know, when the Bethesda channel is streaming, and the amount of people just spamming chat with absolute bollocks. It's usually the dumbest stuff, like stuff that betrays a fundamental misunderstanding of who ZeniMax is, what Zos is, or Bethesda, or like people who just don't understand fundamental stuff. And that's fine, but then don't comment. You know? Like, you wouldn't go to... I don't know, you wouldn't, like, jump into an evening class where you had absolutely no clue what was going on and constantly put your hand up and interrupt everything. But that's sort of what they're trying to do. I don't really get it. Like, if you don't think people can see what you're typing, then why bother? And if you think they can, why are you typing absolute rubbish? Anyone else have that? I know Maya has it a little bit as well. She always like minimizes chat to the right immediately when we have a Bethesda stream, because I do not want to see what these people are saying. And the worst part of it is some people are obviously plenty of comments are cool and legit and interesting, and you might want the devs to react to them if they have a moment, but they're very unlikely to even see, because Gina's got stuff to do and she's watching it just scrolling by. Alright. Well, I think we're going to have to leave it there for today. Let me just catch up real quick. Yeah, Moose is saying, I usually interact with chat, doesn't just read it and move on. Yeah, like if there's something to say, or at least like a hey, I get what you're saying, or I agree, or interesting point. I don't. Whatever. I'll try and do something. Yeah, emote spam. Yeah, emote spam is fine, isn't it? But yeah, you're right. I'm still figuring this out. Just a quick reminder. I am very new to streaming. So the Ninja Balls channel has been around a couple of years. But I was... The only time you would ever hear my voice on here is on the occasional stream when Maya and I would do it together. It's actually literally a matter of weeks. It's like a 2 or 3 months that I've been taking it over and doing the majority of the streams by myself. Normally Maya was streaming and I was just a voice you'd hear in the background. So my setup isn't right. I'm not doing it properly. I'm not doing enough stuff with you guys. And all of this is coming. Don't worry, I will get there. But it is it's quite a lot I've found to just. I don't want to. I don't want to be the streamer who just stands still and talks and doesn't do anything. I want to do both. I want to give you guys something to listen to and something to look at. And I feel like I'm doing that most of the time. But it's definitely true. It's a struggle to keep it all up. It's a level of hive mind. It kills me the people with 10k viewers and 2 people chatting once every 5 minutes. That's weird. I very, very... Yeah. Yeah. It's a fairly nuanced topic. Definitely not always the same. Yes. Was that an alarm? Yes, Kazi. That's me. My 1 o'clock alarm. So I do gotta go. Got a much better setup than me. I mean, I've literally got a Mac that I have to move onto my desk every time I start streaming, just so I can read chat. And it's a shitty old iMac. I have one that I use for editing, but yeah. And Griffin, by the way, thank you so much. 500 views is typically where streamers start. They can no longer... Yeah, it depends how active. Like, this chat can sometimes have me struggling. Anyway. Don't know what this man is talking about. I think this is done very well. Well, thank you for the kind words. And thanks for the follow, Scarecrow. I do need to love you and leave you. So let's very quickly find somebody we can raid off to. But I just want to say, genuinely, thank you for hanging out with me and for putting up with everything there is to put up with, whether it's slow responses or whatever it is. I appreciate the company. I appreciate the opinions. All of that good shit. There is a lot to talk about in this game. It never seems to die in terms of us having a lot of things to talk about. Not just things to do in game, but... Hey, why don't we... I'm getting a list of people playing things that aren't ESO. Come on. Why don't we raid off to Rather Dashing? He's a really nice guy, actually. Plays on the NA server. Really, really chill vibes. He's actually pretty good at the game, even though he talks himself down sometimes. He's just a lot of fun to hang out with. He won't be talking about exactly the same stuff as we do over here, but yeah, lovely bloke. So go and make a lot of noise in his channel. I'm sorry, I've got to go like right now. Otherwise, I'm keeping Maya waiting. But thanks once again. We will be back. If not tomorrow, then the day after. But I guess I will... I will update you guys on that. Tell Maya we said hi. Thanks, Raves Lord. Once community is established. Yeah. Look, I know what you mean. Alright, well, have a lovely Sunday, everyone. And like I said, if not tomorrow, I'll post in the Discord about that. It'll be on Tuesday. But have a nice time with Rather Dashing. See you later.